Have you ever wondered if you're an empath? You might have some crazy things happening to you in your life, and maybe you are. Well, watch closely as I teach you to discover if you are an empath and learn some techniques of how to manage this. This video is going to really help. I think the reason why you clicked on this particular video is because you may be sensing that you have some qualities of being an empath. Like, what is an empath, right? I think that's why you're here, is you want to understand, are there some things that are happening to you that could make sense, where you might be feeling you're kind of strange or weird, or you have particular things happening to you that nobody else could ever explain. Well, let's talk about what an empath is. To me, what I find, an empath is an individual who has a higher level of ability to be able to hear information, gather information, assimilate information, and understand people than most people. Really, an empath is somebody who's very sensitive to their surroundings in the form of being able to not only listen with their ears, but also to be able to feel conversation, read body language at a very, very, very deep level, and actually process what the person is doing to a very deep level. And you ultimately will understand that person more than they understand themselves. So number one, you're very sensitive to other things around you. Meaning if somebody's got really intense energy or somebody's really upset, you not only feel that they're upset, but you feel it like times 100. And when somebody's sad, you feel sadness times 100. Or maybe you're at a times 10, but I'm going to tell you, you can actually feel it at a times 100. But whatever the emotional situation is, it registers inside of you at a very high extreme level, like times 10 or times 100. And if you're that sensitive, or if people say to you, wow, you're overly sensitive, you just might have the qualities of being an empath. And it's not that your sensitivity is something that's wrong with you. What it is, it's a form of communication. Your sensitivity registers, feels, gathers, and collects information from all the people in the room. And you're literally soaking in this information from all these different people. And you might feel or experience levels of overwhelm faster than a normal person. So if you're in a room full of people and you feel anxious or feel overwhelmed, it's because you have qualities of an empath and you're literally soaking in everybody's information that they're giving out at a very high rate, and you don't know how to assimilate that. But these are some experiences you might be having if you're an empath. Now, this information that people are giving out is a very natural process. Our body language gives information. The tone of our voice gives information. The words give information. Our literal attitude and mood gives out information. Our inside emotions don't stay inside of our skin. They radiate out past our skin, and empaths can feel those. Our thoughts don't stay inside of our skull. An empath can literally, if they're really good at it, they can actually read thoughts. But if you're a beginner empath, you will sense thoughts, but you won't know exactly what they are. But all this information a person gives off, you're able to pick up on it. And that means you're an empath. But you're gonna need some help in how to manage this. And before this video is over, I'm gonna teach you some techniques of how to manage this and what to do with this information. So you're sensitive, you go beyond the normal hearing that people use with their ears. You literally listen with your whole entire body. And you also listen with your energetic field, which is an incredible gift to have. But if you don't know that you're an empath, you will feel like something is wrong with you all day long, every day, because you are so sensitive to everything. Wow, do I understand this? It has taken me years to figure out that I have empath type of qualities. And I have thought that there was always something wrong with me. Why do I struggle being around groups of people in social situations? Why do I struggle with, when somebody's upset, I feel like I want to crawl under a rock 'cause it's like so intense. But these empath qualities though, before we end, I'm going to show you how these can benefit you in your life and other people's lives, and also how you can manage it. Now, one of the next steps is you're going to feel what they feel, and you don't get to control that. This part can be actually kind of challenging as an empath. You can feel what other people are feeling, and even when you ask people what they're feeling and they don't tell you the truth, you still feel the emotions. Like you know how when you approach somebody and you can tell they're upset and you ask them, hey, how are you doing? And they go, oh, I'm fine. You might think you're going crazy because it's like you're feeling what they're feeling and you can feel that they're upset, but they just told you that they're not upset. So who's telling the truth? I can tell you where the truth is. You're very on. You're very correct with the sense of they're upset. And just so you know, most people lie about their feelings anyway. They don't express exactly how they feel. But when you feel what they feel, something to be cautious of is sometimes we take that on and that's how we feel. So if you've ever found yourself upset, discouraged, frustrated, and really, really super sad, and you have no idea and no reason to even be in those emotions, you have sensed somebody else's emotions, and that information has come into you, and now you didn't know that could be a different person, so you've taken it on as though it's you. An empath struggles with sorting out what are my emotions and what are other people's emotions. And if you've ever found yourself feeling very weighed down about life and you really don't have any reason, you could be picking up on people's emotions from the people who live in your neighborhood, or from all the people you met yesterday or all last week. So I just want to stop right here and help you realize, as an empath, you get to learn how to sort your emotions from other people's emotions. And also to be able to sort your information from other people's information. I struggled with this for many, many years, trying to figure out what is going on with me. But now that I understand what an empath is, now I have practiced for years and years and years of sorting that out, so I'm not going crazy inside my head. You know what I'm talking about. You totally know what I'm talking about. So the part that we play as an empath is we're here to be able to help people understand how they feel and how they think, and help them understand the information that they're giving off. We can be really good guides for other people, being a coach, a mentor, a trainer, a teacher, a counselor, a therapist. All these different positions are positions that people play to be able to give people guidance. Empaths usually find their way into one of those types of fields, and they find that they can really help people in the direction they're going because that person doesn't understand the information they're giving off. We as empaths we can help them course correct and help them get their emotions and thoughts in order and get them on the right path. So we literally play the part of being a guide. Now, do I have people sit around the table and I read their palms or, do that kind of stuff? No, I don't, none of that stuff. An empath doesn't need those things. An empath doesn't need to read hands or palms. An empath doesn't need to read anything. An empath just knows what's going on. An empath listens to all the information being sent to them through all the channels of thought, emotion, body language, subconscious patterns, language, tone, sentence structure, sentence gaps, words that are deleted out of the paragraphs. We sense all that information. And with that information, we then can guide somebody in how to improve their lives. So if you find yourself being really good at giving advice to people, and at the end of giving advice, you sit there and you go, well, I don't know where I got all that information. You gathered it from the person, and now you're able to assimilate it, put it in structure, put it in order, put it in steps, and give it back to the person. That's what an empath has the ability to do. So you actually figuring this out right now and understanding this a little bit more, you might actually be able to be more intentional about how you help people. But you may want to look into the fields of coaches, being a coach or being a mentor, a teacher, a trainer, a presenter, where you can help people. But you're going to have to learn how to manage this though. Because to not manage this and to not know how to balance this, you could bring too much information into who you are and inside your mind and inside your body, and you will feel confused, you will feel lost, you will feel irritated and agitated, and you will feel like you never want to leave your house because there's so much information already inside you. You don't want to go out in the big world and have more information pile in you because you'd feel like you'd explode. So here's some tips on how to manage and balance the incoming information that's coming to you. Number 1 is to claim you're an empath. Number 2, for you to be able to sort, to admit that there's outside information that's coming into you. And when you meet a person, you now have this consciousness that you're aware that the information is coming into you, and you're able to, I call quarantine or package the information, that all this information I'm feeling, reading, understanding, thinking is all coming from this person I'm talking to. And that information gets packaged and placed in your mind in a compartment, packaged and compartmentalized until you need to access it. Because I have information that come into me from all kinds of people, but that person never asks for advice, or maybe they don't even want to, talk about what's going on in their life. And so I just save it. And if they ever need help or need guidance, I can help that person because I can hear what's going on with them. So to help you realize that you get to package information. Now notice the reason for packaging is so that it doesn't become part of you, and now their information gets mixed with your information, and you literally feel like you have multiple personalities. So weird, but you know what I'm talking about. This is a conversation between you and me in the context of understanding the life of an empath. Now, you can be afraid of it, you can feel like you're going crazy, or you can go, you know what? This is something I've got to get a grip on. I've got to get a handle on this. And how do you figure out who you are on the inside? I can tell you exactly what you do. You journal. The more you journal, the more you will be clear on who you are. And you can journal about anything, but you must journal. Journaling is going to be literally the life-saving ring that they throw to you when you feel like you're drowning. When you feel like you're drowning in everybody else's information, this is the life ring that I'm going to throw to you, is you've got to journal, and journal deeply about how you think and how you feel and what you're facing in life. And the more you write down how you think, you feel, and what you're facing, you'll get clear on where you were at on the inside. And then when other information comes in, you can sense the difference between your information and other people's information. The last part here is to balance. There is evil in the world and there is good in the world. And people can use their empath abilities to do evil. You can manipulate people, you can take advantage of people, you can rip people off, you can mess with people, because you can have that information come into you about other people that they don't even know about themselves. You can go evil, but just a little heads up. What goes bad can stay bad, and bad always falls apart. So here's some wisdom. Use your empath abilities for good. Help other people in how they can be better in their relationships, and how they can be better with their kids, and how they can accomplish their goals, and how to stay on track of where they're going in life. Choose to use this for good, and watch this talent and ability increase. Use it for bad, and watch your life fall apart and go literally in the dumps. Choose to use it for good. Choose to use it for good. And to balance this is you literally are looking for people to help. If you can find people to help and you want to help people, you will find that you can organize and use this talent and ability in the way in which you now can understand it better. But if you're just going to use it for yourself, it's going to stay slightly confusing. But a way to sort out how this skill and ability works for you, this talent, this gift, how it works for you, go serve people. It will help you learn very quickly how it works, but find somebody to help. And I know the first challenge an empath has is thinking, I can't help anybody because I feel like I'm a mess. You're not a mess. You just have probably 200 people's information stuck inside your body. Go journal about how you think, how you feel, and what you're experiencing in life. Go help somebody, and you will be able to line out and become more clear about how to use this gift and talent. And if I can help you, I would love to help you. That's why I teach a class called Art of Mentoring, because mentoring is a way to serve people. And I have all these qualities of being an empath. And I don't walk around telling people, oh, I'm an empath. I don't claim that. I don't put it on a business card. I don't put it on my website. I don't talk about that. But I've got all these qualities and I love to help people. I love to help people have their direction and where they're going in life. But if I can help you, you want to stay close to us or attend some of our training classes, because I can help you with this talent so that you can serve and help other people. And it feels so much better when you're helping others. Because when you don't help others with this talent, you still are picking up on people's information and it will pile up on you, just as a heads up. And if you are aligning with this, you know exactly what that feels like. I'm here to help. And so look me up on my website at 3keyelements.com. Check out our mentoring courses that we have. And also stay connected here on our YouTube channel. Subscribe so you don't miss any of these great training videos. Subscribe, and of course, tell your friends too. I mean, we're here to help, not just with, other things out there in the world. We're helping you with real life situations and giving you ideas and answers and steps that literally will put you back on track and help you feel more connected with life. But stay close to us, because here at 3 Key Elements, your life matters. And who you are and your talents and skills and gifts, I think it's time for those to come to the surface and use them for good.